about you, but I always find it incredibly funny, when you find with actors and actresses, they always claim, don't they, they left a role to develop, to move on, to stretch their wings, that sort of stuff. It's called lovidom, isn't it, And the bottom line is they normally leave or are removed from a huge role simply because it's time. The public have decided it's time for them to move on. But I always find it more shocking when you find out exactly what roles they're planning to do next. What are they going to undertake? When you've been somebody as big, say, as 007 James Bond, one would expect to find big roles on the table. But is that truly the case for two stars of one of the world's ever biggest franchise, James Bond 007? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, nice to see you today. Hope you keep well, keep safe, whatever you're doing. This is just a fun story I wanted to share with you, really, because I met both these actors, actresses, whichever they wish to call themselves. Daniel Craig, of course, starred as 007 for many a year. And it's interesting to note that one of his first breakout roles, he is now going to be nominated, apparently for a Golden Globe. But it's this that's caught everybody's attention. That's right, he's dancing while wearing a tight vest covered in tattoos for a brand of vodka, Belvedere. That's right. Now, he's been paid a substantial amount of money to appear in this ad for the festive season. And it's interesting because he said, well, he thought about it long and hard, but then he realised that he needed to show people a fun side. And he thought also of his grandmother, who thought, she would enjoy him doing this. Really? Why don't you just be honest, right, Daniel, and say you didn't really get too many offers, but you've got this, and it was paying a lot of money. You did well for George Clooney with the Nespressos, didn't it? After all, he landed an invite to the royal wedding on the back of that coffee ad, let's not forget. But he's not alone, of course, because Dame Judi Dench, yes, the esteemed award-winning actress, it's all about the theatre, darling, the right part, if the part interests you. Well, clearly the part interested Dame Judi for her to appear in this. That's right, moneysupermarket.com, where she spoofs the character that she played in James Bond, apparently saving people money and sending her team out, a crack team, to try and find ways of saving money. I know, you couldn't make this up, could you? But of course it was there because apparently her grandson wanted to see her do something a little bit fun, a little bit less iconic, as it were. Again, what I would say to these actors and actresses is just be upfront. You want the money, there's never enough money. And what I found interesting with these particular actors and actresses, during the pandemic, when people were truly struggling in their profession, what did they do? Auction things off for a charity. Didn't snap open their purses and dish it out. Oh no, never do that. Always look after themselves first. Now, as I say, I'm not attacking them. I'm just sort of saying, why don't they come clean and say they paid me or offered me this huge amount of money to appear in this? So guess what? I said yes. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.